Hello, everyone, and welcome to 100's Football Sports Talk Radio. I'm your host, Logan Landers, and today I'm doing a special draft prospect look at Alec Anderson, the offense tackle from UCLA, representing the Bruins. So, if you enjoy this video or this episode of the podcast here today, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. We're live each and every single day on our Facebook, our YouTube. Check out our amazing Instagram with clips of all of our shows. On our course, our podcast, thanks to the Believe Podcast Network, you can listen to I think we're almost at 800 episodes now. So 800 episodes and counting pretty much. Draft prospects, game previews, team previews, history specials, legends interviews, anything and everything football related you can find on our channel. I can guarantee it. And if we haven't covered it yet, drop a comment. Let us know, what do you want to hear? What do you want us to talk about? Who do you want us to interview? And we will try our best to get it in our schedule at a future date. So thanks so much once again for all the support. Alec Anderson, offensive tackle, UCLA. Let's get into him. Young man played a lot of football at UCLA for the Bruins. Started off there in 2018, played in 3 games as a reserve offensive tackle, played against Arizona State, USC, and Stanford. Then in 2019, he got some more action, right? He really got some things going, and UCLA had a very good rushing season that year, over 1,000 yards on the ground. 2019, played in all 7 games at right tackle, and UCLA had a dominant running game once again, an average of 230.6 average rushing yards per game. That's insane. Also, he had a very good season, right? They had a very low sack rating as an offensive unit, and opponent sacks dropped by over 1 per contest from the previous season, only about 1.7 sacks per game. And fun fact, the UCLA Bruins ranked 2nd in the Pac-12 in terms of rushing offense and total offense, thanks in part to this guy, Alec Anderson. In this past season, 2021, he was a starter in all 10 games that he played in, and he helped once again paved the way for the Bruins to rush over 200 yards per game for the 2nd straight year, and they had another 1,000-yard rusher in Zach Cabernet. So, I mean, the UCLA had a dominant rushing team. Like I said, they ranked 14th nationally in rush offense this past season, led the Pac-12 in scoring with 36.5 points per game, and it all starts at the offensive line. These guys never get enough credit, I feel, and it's a shame because without a good offensive line, it is very hard to win football games, very hard to get things going on the offensive side of the ball. And Alec Anderson is a very dominant force at that tackle position. So let's talk about what I like about him and how he can improve as a player. So coming into the draft, some things I like. He's quick at setting up at the snap, slides well to the outside, and he's patient and he stays balanced off the snap. He's not going to get too aggressive, which sometimes I like to see guys get extra aggressive on the O-line, but he chooses a more mellowed out, balanced approach, which is all fine and dandy. Has good technique, as size for his frame. Like I said, he's 6'5", 305 pounds, so a good size. You can see on the screen, he's not missing any meals, and that is all muscle. He dips his shoulder, moves his feet, looking good on the outside leverage. He's strong, like I say, he's got good strength, and he stays low in his stance, especially in short yardage situations. So whenever you need to get that 3rd and 1, right, that QB sneak, that running, that halfback dive, whatever it may be, he's not afraid to drop low because that's usually where the defender's going to go. A lot of them tend to try and get underneath the shoulder of the offensive tackle, offensive guard, whatever, mind you, and really try and stuff him. But he does a good job at bending his feet, dropping his hips, and getting low. And also good natural athleticism, like I mentioned, good knee bend, good hip bend. And he's also fluid, so he doesn't look real lanky, like he's just uncoordinated. He does it in a fluid motion. Some things that he can improve on and learn coming into the draft and into his NFL career. Let's talk more about that. He shows ability to move his man by using his just pure strength in his hands, but not at the most consistent level yet. I feel like he can definitely improve on that, and that would help make him an even better offensive tackle. He can sometimes stop his feet. When I mean stop his feet after initial contact, it means he's just going to rely on his length. He's got some long arms, but that sometimes can allow the defender in turn to get on the corner, do a nice spin move maybe, and just get past him on the way to the quarterback or back there in the running back. So he can work on that. Talking more a little about him, right? He does lose some leverage battles. He can be a little bit late off the snap sometimes, just pure of just waiting for the ball to get hiked, and he's just waiting there. He might be a second or so off as opposed to other people on the line. Like I said, he has a limited arm length and not the most overpowered guy you're going to see. Like I said, he uses his length, even though he doesn't have the longest arms. He's got mostly legs, and he's not going to be the strongest guy on the offensive line. So he is going to have to work on pretty much just getting in the weight room, But one more thing about him is he will go and punch on smaller defenders, right? Use that big punch move. But sometimes I feel like he can do it on more players. He needs to improve that on also maintaining his leverage on the outside. And I feel that if he can work on, I feel like his aggressiveness and his strength, those seems to be the two things I noticed about Alec Anderson. Is he's a solid offensive prospect, a solid offensive tackle, but if he can just get that a little bit of a mean streak, maybe that could be what takes him from a late round draft pick to a good starter in the NFL. I think he'll go later round, someone that definitely needs a little bit of polishing coming out of the draft, but it's someone you can take in a later round, put on maybe the practice squad, or put in a backup role in your offensive line, have him learn under a veteran perhaps, or someone who's been in the league for a couple of seasons, get some reps in practice, work his way up. And I feel like he could be a very solid prospect after a couple of seasons of just kind of fine-tuning his work and his play at the next level in the NFL. I like him. We'll see what he can do in April. So if you like this video or this episode of the podcast, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. We go live each and every single week on Facebook and YouTube. And we have clips of our shows at 100 Football on Instagram. You can check us over there. Also, podcast. Pretty easy to find us. Thanks to the Lead Podcast Network. Anywhere you listen to podcasts, you can find us. Spotify, iTunes, Apple Podcast, Stitcher, iHeartRadio. I mean, anywhere you can think of, we are over there with daily uploads, legend reviews, history specials, draft prospects. There's a ton of content, guys. You will definitely find something that we've covered your team, one of your favorite players, perhaps. So you can just go over there, go to our podcast, go over to our channels on Facebook and YouTube, and check out our archives, right? Check out some of the older videos we've done. And, of course, like I said, we're always bringing the content, 15 to 20 videos per week, right? Per week, right? About 2 a day. 2 to 3 per day. So we're always putting out content. And thank you guys so much for all the love and support. I've been your host, Logan Landers, talking about Alec Anderson, the offensive tackle from UCLA. Have a great day, and we'll talk to you again on another live episode.